What if you were born in France? What would your fate depend on? 3 shocking facts await you right now. First, a tiny closet-sized apartment in Paris can drain over 1,000 euros a month from your wallet. Second, you will get a massive 2-hour daily lunch break just to eat and socialize. Third, attending a world-class public university will cost you less than 200 euros a year. And this is France. Welcome to the series where we experience a complete life from birth to death in various countries. Today, we will live through the eyes of 2 characters, both with an average standard of living for their respective locations. But first, here are 4 massive questions we will answer. Will a regular worker ever be able to buy their own property? Just how brutal is the legendary French educational system? How does the personal economy dictate your dating life? And how do men and women build long-lasting romance in a modern European society? You will find out about all of this in just a few minutes. France is a major European powerhouse, boasting a highly diverse population of about 68 million people. The size of its territories covers 551,000 square kilometers, featuring gorgeous coastlines, towering mountains, and deep forests. Your chance of being born in this beautiful country is roughly 1 in 115 globally. Our most impressive facts? France is the most visited country on the entire planet. They produce over 1,000 different types of cheese, making it an absolute food lover's paradise. Furthermore, they have a strict governing body that officially protects the French language from foreign words. And now we return to our heroes with such very different fates. Let us meet our characters. Our female lead is Chloe, born in the bustling and expensive capital city, Paris. She is the daughter of a hardworking office clerk and a middle school teacher. They live together in a very cramped and highly expensive city apartment. Our male lead is Lucas, a boy born in a scenic, quiet village in Provence. His parents run a popular local bakery and a small countryside farm. Unlike Chloe, Lucas grows up in a spacious, cozy rural house completely surrounded by nature. As young children, both Chloe and Lucas have typical French beginnings. In whichever city you live in, toddlers usually enter kindergarten, known as école maternelle, as early as 3 years old. This focuses heavily on early socialization rather than strict academic learning. Almost all of these kindergartens are completely public and entirely free of charge, helping parents get back to work easily. Chloe gets used to the noisy streets of Paris, while Lucas spends his days playing in the sunny fields of the southern countryside. The real educational journey begins when they turn 6 and go to primary school. A truly unique feature of the French primary school system is that children often get Wednesday afternoons completely off, giving them a much-needed midweek break. Preparing for the school year costs parents around 300 euros, which is about $320 a year for essential supplies, though lower-income families get state allowances to help cover this. Our characters entirely attend public schools. Their day starts early at 8:30 in the morning and ends around 4:30 in the afternoon. However, they enjoy an incredible 2-hour lunch break. They generally have around 5 to 6 lessons a day. After school, Chloe takes busy neighborhood swimming lessons and Lucas plays local football. During their free time, they hang out at town squares or visit coastal beaches. Eventually, they face the Baccalaureate. This is the ultimate high school graduation exam taken in their final year. Let me explain just how tough this is. It is a grueling, multi-day written marathon where students must draft long philosophical essays for hours on end. It is highly stressful because failing means you must repeat the entire year, placing an immense psychological burden on regular teenagers. Military service here will not distract our heroes from their goals. The mandatory draft was completely suspended years ago. Today, service is strictly voluntary, and yes, the military is fully open to both young men and women. The only requirement for Chloe and Lucas is attending a mandatory 1-day civilian defense course, which is more of an educational workshop than actual training. To get into higher education, passing the baccalaureate exam is your golden ticket. Public universities do not require separate entrance exams, keeping stress slightly lower. The most amazing part is the economy of education. Tuition at public universities costs around 170 euros, translating to merely $185 per year. Chloe enrolls in a massive Parisian university, while Lucas moves to a regional hub like Montpellier. But living costs are a huge challenge. Chloe pays an astronomical 800 euros, meaning $860 a month for a tiny room. Lucas pays a much lower 400 euros, which is roughly 430 bucks a month. Let me tell you how they survive this financial strain. To make ends meet, both rely heavily on state housing aid, but Chloe still has to work exhausting late-night shifts at a Parisian cafe just to survive the high city prices. The pressure from society and parents is intense to secure a stable future, culminating in rigorous university exit exams. Finding that very first professional job usually takes a few months of sending out resumes. The starting minimum wage is solidly fixed at 1,400 euros net, giving them a base of 1,510 bucks per month. However, the standard work week is a wonderfully short 35 hours. A 35-hour work week sounds absolutely lovely, doesn't it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Soon, Chloe lands a marketing job earning 2,000 euros, making it $2,160. She spends half of her income on renting a better apartment, followed by groceries, the metro, and saving a tiny remainder. Lucas takes over a modern agricultural logistics job in his region, earning 1,800 euros, equivalent to 1,940 bucks. Because local rent is much cheaper, he eats perfectly, drives his own car comfortably, and actively saves for a future house. Buying property in Paris is nearly impossible for Chloe without a huge loan, while Lucas easily affords a mortgage for a beautiful suburban home. When it comes to romance, French traditions emphasize natural connections. Couples usually meet through mutual friends, noisy dinner parties, or modern dating applications. Interestingly, women slightly outnumber men, largely due to female life expectancy. When looking for a partner, charm, a great sense of humor, and shared cultural interests are valued far more than raw wealth or high status. It is not overly important to constantly show off your relationship. Independence is highly respected. As things grow serious, they consider union options. Marriages happen around 30 years of age, but an alternative called a civil pact is incredibly popular because it offers legal benefits without the massive cost. A traditional wedding costs an average of 15,000 euros, soaring up to 16,100 bucks. Would you prefer a simple civil union or a grand traditional wedding? Write your choice in the comments. Eventually, typical couples have about 2 children. Maternity leave strictly lasts at least 16 weeks, while fathers get 28 days. Let me clarify why this happens. Granting fathers legal mandatory time off allows them to deeply bond with the baby, drastically preventing the mother from suffering brutal early burnout. Years fly by and retirement finally arrives. Currently, the starting age is fiercely set at 64 years old. The average pension pays out about 1,500 euros, making it roughly 1,620 bucks a month. For many, this is a very comfortable phase. Elderly folks frequently travel, spend hours sipping espresso at local terraces, and enjoy endless games of pétanque with old friends. They fought hard through street protests to secure these golden years. What do you think about fighting for your retirement rights like they do? Tell me in the comments. From the chaotic, expensive magic of childhood in Paris to the peaceful, balanced life in a sunny southern village, France offers incredibly different paths. You can either chase the bustling corporate ladder or embrace the slow, scenic rural charm. Which of these two vivid lives would you have wanted to live?